Welcome back to the Booga live stream. It's Thursday, St. Patrick's Day. Hope you all are having a good day. Had a good morning. If you're still having fun and watching us later, hope you had a good day. We're working on the Chiefs end zone inlay. Have it out here ready to go. I'm going to kind of go get on and started into it since I'm recording it for the time lapse. That's why there's just the single camera view. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Had a good day. I didn't go out to the parades or anything, but I watched some of the local parade here on TV, so that was good enough for me. Too much green beer out there. But to each their own. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching now or later. Like I said, it's always great to have y'all. Don't forget to give out the shares, give out the likes, and all that. What else is real quick? Sunday. Our next stream will be Sunday, this coming Sunday at 2 o'clock. Like I said, I don't know for how long we'll have it. I want to do some giveaways. It's the 1 year anniversary of our stream, so I want to do a stream that day. Then we will be back on our normal Monday. But so it was actually a pretty nice day for parades out there. It was nice and sunny this morning and this afternoon. Up till late afternoon, and it started clouding up. Now it's gotten windy, crazy windy. But, you know, I was hoping to get about 3 hours in, maybe 4 hours in on this today. I only got about an hour in on it. I wanted to get into it, but then I ended up spending about another hour and a half this morning working on the paw prints from yesterday. Made up, I don't know, let's see, 4 sets of earrings, keychain, another bracelet, and then I've still got some paw prints I'm playing around with, trying different things on how to connect them up. So, and then since it was kind of nice, and we're getting ready to have rain tonight, tomorrow mostly, and so won't really be able to do too much. Got out and spent a little bit of time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Getting up some leaves, cleaning up a little bit in the back side of the house where everything swirls. And so that was kind of nice. Filled up the rest of the leaf bags, so now it's just a matter of getting them up there on Saturday. Hopefully everything starting to dries out by, I don't know. Will depend on how things dry out by Saturday. If we go drop them off or not. And I mean, 6 bags does sound like much, but these are 57 gallon reusable leaf bags. They're huge freaking bags. I can get in one and sit down in it, and you couldn't see me if you were looking at the side. Alright, so we're closing up the top of the H right now. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, right? Yeah. So the C will be coming into play. I will hopefully get in a little bit more time tonight on it. I don't need to move this out of the way for anything. I have another little smaller bracelet order I'm working on the side over here, so it can easily be worked on without having to move this, which is nice. Hey Barb, good to see you. It's the Bard. Hope you're having a good St. Patrick's Day. We had pretty decent weather here today for that. But now the storms are rolling in, or at least a bunch of rain for the next like 12, 15 hours. sure that ring wasn't messed up. But we're closing in on getting this thing wrapped up. I have decided on my next inlay I'm not going to do a time lapse of it, because the more I keep thinking about it, it's like doing the time lapse on it is nice, but not bad here. But I do think the time lapse doing it, making sure the cameras are always set up whenever I go to work on it, and make sure I have a bigger amount of time to be able to work on it at one sitting anyway, I think is hindering me from getting it done faster too. So I've decided next one I'll still put it on Thursday nights for doing the inlays, but I'll just use my normal camera setups, and whenever I'm just working on it, and not having to worry about videotaping it, and I think it'll go much quicker. Like I said, fighting between the cat and my chair to be able to get here to do it, making sure the cameras are all set up, and turning everything on and all that. It's always a little bit of a ordeal. All right, let me do some red here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I was almost there. But let's see what else is yeah, every time I kept, with the nice weather, it's like, let's clean the leaves. Okay, so that took out some time from today. And then thought I was going to get it in a good another 45 minutes at one point, and then wife hollered at me and let me know the cat had thrown up. So that's always a fun thing. And so then I ended up getting some more cleaning done instead. It was like, well, I could spend, 10 minutes or so getting that cleaned up and blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, well, I could go ahead and do this real quick while I'm here. And it turned into, cleaning up for about 45 minutes. And then I did spend about an hour organizing my band videos, getting that stuff kind of ready to go, and some of it's kind of pretty much ready. Other things I still got some work to do. I'll be able to spend some more hours in doing that here, which kind of is hoping not going to slow this project down too much. That's why I want to get it finished up here soon, since I know I'll be spending. I'll probably put in about 20 hours a week easy doing the band videos here in the starting pretty much now. I should be starting now. I think I got some concerts coming up here next week. No, I think it's the week after. 28th, whatever day. I think that's a Tuesday. I'd have to be looking at my calendar. Then they got some concerts and contests, and then the last concert of the year. Coming up into the school year always goes by real quick. Did anyway with our kids, but it's even more so now that I actually don't have any kids, because I don't have those reminders from the kids, saying, hey, 2 more weeks of school type thing. I don't hear that anymore, which is nice, but not hearing that and still helping out. I gotta constantly go look at their calendars and see what's going on. I guess I really didn't need to count these. These just go down to the end, but I think it takes about 4 rows to finish off the italicus of a letter. But by then I'm already starting into the upper side of the next letter, which will be the last letter. And I think when I was looking at it, it's only 20 lines, I think, to finish up to the sea from here. Even though I've got like 50, 60 something to go. Upper 50s, lower 60s. That end will be the hardest part, like I said, just going back to that nothing but green just over and over and over again. That'll be the hardest part. Hopefully my head wasn't getting too far in there. It's kind of leaning over. I need to make a guide on the floor to put my chair in the right spot, because whenever I move it in, it's, like I said, just moving it off an inch throws off my whole bearings. For doing a stream anyway. That was like when I was making all the paw prints yesterday and today, other than during the stream last night, was standing doing them. I come by and they took me, I think it was about 7 minutes per paw print, so I could just come by and do a couple real quick, go do whatever else needed to be done. And I'm working on the graphics. I've got 3 things that I need to order for tomorrow, lasered up for an order tomorrow. And then I'll be I've worked on the graphics for a couple more tests for the coins that I'm going to try to work on. So I'll run those, but hopefully, I might only have about 4 hours or so of laser work to do tomorrow. I could run about 6 if I add in another thing I want to do, but I was kind of maybe going to do that Saturday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Everything's always in flux. Well, yeah, and then, like I was saying, Sunday we're going to do a stream at 2 o'clock. If we get enough people, want to do some giveaways. Probably won't be a very long stream. I mean, the most would be an hour, but I don't even think we'll go there, depending on how many people show up and all that, so. But that'll be our 1-year anniversary of doing streams. This Sunday, the 20th. I need to make a post about it. Keep saying I'm going to do it, and then I keep forgetting. Get so involved in doing this or that. So many other things. Mark those off. Yeah, looks like I might have to pull out some more red. Probably, definitely more green before it's all said and done. I'll have one to chase later. Cool, happy anniversary, thank you. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was thinking it was May myself. When I was thinking about it a couple weeks ago, going, well, I know that's going to be coming up probably in a couple months. And I started looking back and I was like, oh, really? Wow. March 20th. It's like, well, okay. We're going to do a little giveaway stream. Got a few different things that I've been wanting to give away. And oh, you know what I forgot to do? Turn up some background music. Didn't realize it took the cat meowed over there. A little mountain lion kitty. He always does this weird little double wow. And now staring at me like, what do you want? What are you talking about? But yeah, I figured, I come up on the year of it. I think I'm going to have to double check after tonight's stream, but I think when we stream on Sunday, it'll be our 160th episode. We did take off some time here and there, but we also had some times where we were actually streaming early on, almost daily, but we were actually working on the Chiefs flag that was an order. And that's what made me start the stream, so. They wanted us to kind of see it be made, so we kind of worked it out and just kind of streamed it and worked on it. So that would be the early on ones. And that's why after I got done with that, I kind of changed it up and wanted to kind of do different projects different nights, just so, you know, it's not the same thing kind of over and over during the week. You know, if you get into watching one thing and want to keep watching that one thing, you know. Wish I could stream more times during the week. It'd be nice too, but it's not an easy thing to do, to be honest with you. Takes a little more work than I thought it would be at first, and it didn't at first, but then if you want to start doing more things and all that, you know, it starts. What is your problem? Get through there. So yeah, if you can know anybody who wants to do anything, like I said, I need to make that post tonight. I just do. You can share a post out there and get people to come watch us on Sunday at 2 Central Time. I don't know what it would be at some of your other times. 2 my time. Back over here, Ring. Oh, let's see. And yeah, Monday we're gonna show more. I did work a little bit more on that one Monday night into Tuesday on our medium project. Haven't said what it is yet, but I think seeing it right now, you will probably get a good idea of what it is. So we'll reveal what that is on Monday. I haven't looked over. Hopefully the stream's working good tonight. Oh yeah, I'm at 0.1%. Sweet. Hadn't had that in a while. I'll say that, and now the internet will go crap out on me or something again. I restarted everything again today to make sure everything was going to up and where it needed to be. I'm like, just seems like before I do a stream, a couple hours before, I need to redo everything, reboot everything and have it ready to go. And hopefully, well, I don't know, is it Sunday? We're supposed to get some more rain later on too. That rainy part. So I need to get out there and get as much as I can done out there before everything starts growing wild again. Gotta get out there and figure out what that pole is that's in the dirt. You need to dig it up or dig a hole around it, cut it down deeper and fill it in so the mower can mow. So I have to keep mowing around it. For right now might be a good time when it's all get a little softer from rain. What row is this anyway? We're on row 142. So that would give us 60 lines to be done. So we have 202 lines total. And so that'll be, like I said, it was about 20 rows to finish up to the C. So the last 30 rows will be the monotonous green. I need a chainmail elf. Pops out at night and does a row or two for me too. And then he challenged me. Hey, I got 3 rows done. Okay, I'm coming back with 4. Not quite getting them quite enough. Just don't want to open them too far. Haven't had any problems on these. I had what was it? It It was an odd color I'd gotten, special one, but it was small too. Was it 1/8 inch? It might have been the 1/8 inch, 20 gauge. That I just recently got that had real bad. I mean, you could barely open them and you'd already see a stress on the other side. And I was like, And so I had to really get precise on just, being that they were only, 20 gauge. They didn't really need to be open too much to do anything, but it just made everything harder to get in there. You gonna tell us what the next part after you're done with the end zone, or keep it a secret? I'm gonna keep it a secret for a little bit. I want to get into it and then just everybody will have to also keep in mind that everything that I'm doing is based off the 2020 Super Bowl season win. So it's getting a little past that time now. I mean, a couple years, but that's what I'm basing it off of. Let me look. Oh, I'm not clicking for you, kitty. I was just looking over at my thing, making sure I wasn't missing any comments over on the YouTubes and Twitchies. Don't forget you can catch us over on YouTube and Twitch. Or, yeah, Twitch. Brain fart. Go over there and give us likes, get notified that way too. I've got some subscribers to both. But all my videos are up on YouTube from the streams. They get posted up on there. You can find them there in Facebook. Twitch only keeps a little bit of time, I think 7-10 days, depending. So, but they're all up here. There's a ton to watch. I was just working with another mailer, Bobby. She's wanting to do a few things, and I pointed out a few of my streams where we've done kind of what she's looking at and kind of showing. And actually, it'll be not this Tuesday or this Monday, but next Monday, following Monday, 27th or whatever, 28th. Maybe that was 28th. Anyway, I'll be working on another something that she was kind of wanting to figure out. So. Flip over. Let's see here. A couple ways. This was the end of that row. Yeah. Making sure. Now with this change, I got a lot more counting to do. With the reds disappearing slowly and then the whites adding more. Then the start of the C coming. Oh, and what else? What else? Got the meeting project going. I'm still trying to think of what I'm going to do actually for next Wednesday for a small project. I like the little paw prints, but I think I've kind of gotten those done now, and I actually need to get the other side of the basement fully done so I can easily get into my event supplies and fully see what I have. I'm kind of giving it quick looks, but I need to pull them out. I need to check everything. have that stuff ready and see what else I need to make, because I know they're kind of have a list of when we sell them, but some things I want to kind of beef up some supply, or some stock of it. Other things I don't need as much of, so I don't want to make them again. So sometimes my brain doesn't always exactly remember, so it's good to look at it and know for sure. Though I do need to. Though they take about 3 hours doing the jelly cubes. I need to make up some square wire jelly cubes and make up some. Just leaving these just not quite far enough. Need to make up some more of those. I don't sell a lot of them, but I want to have some different colors and different things with them, along with the giant one that I'm kind of working on. Now I'd like to find some titanium stuff. I want to start trying to do some of the sponge anodizing. So I might have a night where I'm doing some anodizing again. I've got still all those scales I want to do now. Figured out some more on the laser side of things where I can laser some of that up too. Try some different styled things. Again, this will be a lot of testing, sitting down, playing around. I kind of like doing that at times, that it can take away from things at times. But if you don't do it, then you just don't know. Sometimes you just gotta just get in there and just do it. That's what's been taking up my time on figuring out, doing these coins, a lot of different testing and trying different things, and figured out, I did all that before when I was doing the testing and for doing the tags and the scales, laser etching them up, Now I've got a nice, quick, easy setup for that makes it nice and easy compared to before. Everything was doable, but it was just always a much longer process than it is now. That's the other thing I still need to add to the website. There's a lot of side programming on that to put in all the different colors, different styles, all that. You got to add into a database first, and then that's what you use to pull into the page where you actually putting the item up and all that. So there's a lot of backside of doing that, and I've been kind of slowly working that. That's why I haven't really needed the pictures super quick. But then I know once I get the pictures done, then everything else should be pretty much ready. Plug in the pictures and they'll be ready to go. But you can still get them if you want them. If you see anything, like I said, on my Facebook pages and whatnot, of any of the scales or whatever it might be, chainmail or class or whatever else I've had, just shoot me off a message and we'll get you set up. Okay, where are we at here? Half an hour in, sweet. We'll get this row done for sure. Like I said, this is 100 rows, 100 rings wide per row. So that would put us at 10,420 rings. So 3/4 of the way there. Pretty much. 20,000 rings when we're done with this part of the project. Gotta go. Have a good night. Take care. Good night, Barb. Have a good one. Bye, Bard. is leaving. How about doing one of those infinity ring? I think that was what it was called. The infinity rose that twists in itself. Goes on and on. The Lisa Ellis. It was fun to make. I don't mind making another one, but they're harder to sell because, man, they're a ring hog and a time eater. They're neat, but, you know, who wants to spend $45-50 on one? If that's what it is, I'd need to even pull it out. I don't remember what I even put a price on that. I'd have to look back and see. I don't think I ever listed it. This is a sky blue one that I made. Yeah. I don't even actually. It might be in that bucket right there, maybe. I'd have to look. It could be. I have a couple little smaller bucket tubby things that I have sitting above me that I sometimes take to events, depending, because they're experimental things or just the crazy odd things that don't necessarily sell, but just to show off different things. Not saying I wouldn't make another one of them, but then I have some still in my supply. So I'll have to check and see if I have it up here or if it's over in the other pile. Looking, not seeing anything over there. Having a good internet night though. I'm enjoying that, at least. Almost makes me want to go try a race night. Yeah. Now the new one's out. I don't need nearly that many, is what I'm thinking. Before I get into a bunch of red for a while. Still won't need that many, but oh well. Now, who knows though, if we'll have good internet here in a little bit. Once the rain starts up, it could get kind of... Hasn't ever really gone out, but normally I don't, you know, I'm not having a lot of that stuff online per se. If I'm busy doing other stuff, but if it's just a rain, it'll be nice. I hope it's not a thunderstormy rain with a bunch of lightning and all that. That'll be alright. Then I could do some other things, but if it's all lightning and stuff, I gotta unplug all the lasers and 3D printers and all that. And try to keep them safe away as best I can. Oh, I can hear the wind out there picking up. Tarp zipping around, catching the wind like a little kite. Just thinking, boy, it'd be great kite flying weather. If you want to take flight yourself. I remember used to like the kites as a kid, and the best one I ever had was one I made out of sticks from a tree and some newspaper. That thing on the tail was made of some shop rag type things that we've ripped up from the shop, and that thing just flew and flew and flew. And then it was years later, it was a RC racing buddy of mine. He's like, here man, let's go out and fly some kites. And I was like, man, it's been years since I flew kites, so let's go ahead. He didn't tell me he had one of these, you know, at the time, these newfangled two-handed kite things that you can turn and do stunts in the air with them and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. We get out there and throw it up, and I was not prepared for the liftoff that I got from that. I kind of didn't fully necessarily leave the ground, probably hovered maybe a little bit above, but you kind of had to brace yourself a little differently to fly that kite. It was fun though. I mean, after a while I got a little more used to it. We went out and did that for a little bit here and there for, it was 2 years, I think, before. Yeah, he was just an RC racing guy. Alright, so these I do need to count so I can make sure I stop at the right point. That's 2 whiteys. Okay, 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Did I fill out just enough? No, I gotta double count that. When I get them right, it makes me worry. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah. Okay. It's nice when it happens when you go to grab rings and you pull out the proper amount in one pull. But then you have to double check yourself because you're like, did it? No. But it happens often. But I still always double check it because it's like, yeah, it's going to be that one time when I don't check and I'll be off. And then I'll see something wrong down the row or something going, where? Oh, because of that. Did it again. I do it from time to time. I think I did that probably 6, 7 times on the Mahomes portrait inlay. But that one had so many different color changing so often. It was kind of, in a way, wasn't bad, but it was a little bit insane. That background, though, it ended up coming out good the way, you know, it worked out. It works out well, so can't complain too much since it worked out. The next one will be, I guess, if a little hinty, it will be another portrait styled one, so we'll be using a lot more colors than just the 3 here. You know, 4 if you count the little end zone oranges. I eventually pulled back out the oranges. I just put them up because it's like, oh, I won't be using them for a while after I started. Oh. I did forget to eat before the stream again tonight. Though I did eat something a little bit earlier today, but that was all I had. Yeah, like I said, I just got so busy doing so many other things I kept forgetting. Or it's always whenever I get hungry, it's kind of, I forget to eat all the time. I know it sounds weird, but I do forget to eat. My wife will attest to it. She used to always have to remind me, and still kind of does in a way, but I do forget to eat, so. And there's times where I'm thinking about it going, oh man, why am I feeling a little weird and your stomach kind of churning, and you're like, oh, because you haven't eaten nothing. Oh, I should go eat. Well, okay, let me get the stomach to calm down. 5 minutes later, the stomach's calmed down. I'm feeling better, so I go back to working on something or doing something else and totally forget to go eat. Then, an hour or two later, the stomach goes, hey, man, it's time to eat. I'm going to rumble away, make you go, ooh, and it does. Yeah, I've told that to people, and they're like, how can you forget to eat? That's weird. It's like forgetting to breathe. No, it's not quite, but alright, and we're on to 11 white. That was definitely nowhere near enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Slide on down a little bit. Now, we'll show this where we're at here when we end, wherever we decide to stop tonight. Not going to be a whole lot of change, but I guess we didn't show it off at the beginning, so it would have been last week, I guess, when we pulled it and stretched it. Like I said, it'll be nice when I can get the C done. If everything works out well, I should be able to leave it out all weekend and have an easier time, other than if I remember to put the thing on the chair so I don't have to fight the cat. That's the other thing. He's older, so when he gets comfortable on this chair, I really hate bothering him. I hate it. It's like, I know you had to work to jump on the chair, you're all comfortable. I'm a big baby when it comes to my big babies. So when we fight for the chair, if he has it, that makes another problem sitting over here. So sometimes, though, I've had some good weekends at times where I've made sure I'm always putting the box in the chair that keeps him out. And then I got a lot more accomplished those weekends. But there were weekends I had to because of orders and all that, so I think that kind of helps motivate, or not necessarily motivate, but pushes to remember to do certain things certain ways. I've had to kind of change up how I do things with, now Marble not being down here anymore. It's actually nicer. I can leave some more stuff more open, because she would go through everything, drive me nuts. So I had to make it cat proof, and now I can leave it more open because the buzzard, he's too old to necessarily, and with his diabetes, has a harder time doing anything into the bad per se. Alright, so then we just finish off with greens. Okie dokie then. That's what we will do. So just go up. So this is, like I said, we're finishing up the left side here of the H. A couple more rows and it'll be finished off, and the C will probably start in 2 rows. Top of the C, we'll start working in up here. Yeah, I would really like to finish this up in the next 2 weeks. I know I could easily, if I just sat down and done it. I've done it before. I have to see if I didn't get Mailworks put in last night, but go check out Mailworks Facebook page. I'll put a link in here. Sean over there, he is a chainmail stream, does excellent work. Fun little stream to watch, kind of what gave me motivation to kind of do this, to be honest with you. So have to definitely go over and check out his stuff. He's got a lot of changes and stuff going on right now too, so a lot of cool stuff. That's what on my Wednesday nights, shirt I wear on Wednesday nights is what it is. I've got 2 of the big shirts and 2 of the t-shirts, or 2 of the jerseys, I guess is what they call them. 2 of the t-shirts. Ready to get some more stuff, but I guess I need to go see what he's changed up, because I know he said he's had to remove some stuff and getting ready to add some other stuff, so you have to go check it out. I guess I'll have to count back on my other side though. I went up on the green, I don't need to count it, but going back down this line I'll have to count out my green so I can get changed over at the right spot. If I had bigger areas like I did when I did the Chiefs flag, that's when I'd use stopper rings. But when there's so many changes or they're not long enough, you know. But I mean, that was what, 180 rings, 160 rings wide. It was quite a bit wider, and sometimes the spacing was, you know, quite bigger, so it was easier just to go put a stopper ring in and work to it instead of counting out the rings. Kind of just go with how the project directs me to go. Sometimes I'll think of new ways to do things and try it, and sometimes it doesn't work, but you just never know. Depends on what it wants to do. Kind of like these. I wanted to do it like a helm capture in the middle to connect the paws together. And I worked on that for about a half an hour today, and it could probably still work. I wasn't finding the exact ring sizes, but it was also taking away from the actual paw print, because the round part there is the you know, the main paw print, and it was getting hidden by the helm, so then it just more looked like bubble kind of thing coming off. I mean, it didn't look bad, but it kind of lost the dog printness of it. And I thought about leaving it just because, like I said, it started turning into more something else that would still be cool, but and it's still something I might go back to and play with here at some point and see what I think about it. But right now and then I was wanting to work within the dog print or the paw prints themselves and try to get it to work and, you know, look good. I connected them Japanese style. They were just, you know, they would flop over. You'd have to kind of lay them out to get them on your wrist, but once you connected it around your wrist, they kind of held their shape for the most part. But I still didn't like it. I was like, that's already more work than needs to be on a bracelet to be as easily usable, where, you know, it doesn't take a third person to come in to put it on for you. Kind of like the Mahomes jersey. Actually, I can get it on myself fairly quickly and not too much hassle. But getting it off, if it's just me, I think my record right now is like 6 minutes to get it off by myself. And even with help, normally the wife and the daughter have always helped me take it off. It's still a minute or two ordeal to get it up and over everything. But getting it on is no problem. But getting it off is all the challenge. So I'd like to try to do a baseball jersey and somehow have it buttoned. I don't know if I could do it. I've got ideas, but I need to kind of do some testing and probably just make some of, you know, just coil up some of my own bright aluminum and just kind of test it out of bright aluminum and do test sheets, kind of, you know, squares, and work different ideas on how I could come together and make it some type of button system that would still look jersey-ish, and putting, you know, a couple different weaves within it to do the jersey lines. In a way, I guess that's what makes it a jersey, is the way it's sewn and the lines and everything. So I haven't really looked into it all that much on what makes it a jersey per se. I'm just looking at what I've had in jerseys compared to normal shirts and stuff, and I'd like to give it a go one day and try that. Come get on through there. So this was row 143. On to row 144. Alright, yeah. I'll mark it off when I get it a couple into the next row. Yeah, I'm starting to, I used to kind of always end on a row, and I found out that I have better luck in not necessarily remembering, but doing everything, all my markings. If I come in and start the next row just a little bit, you know, instead of ending right at the end of the row. Sometimes I might just go ahead and do it like up to the first little, on this would be the white section, you know, get in about 15, 20 rings and use that as my stopper area. And then I mark it on my paper. It's easier to notice, and I have less times I've had to count the 100 and whatever before rows. I've had to do it twice on this because I kept forgetting I don't want to stop at the end of a row anymore. I want to kind of stop a little bit in, a good stop and mark, you know, top of the letter, bottom of the letter. Under the whites now, didn't he? Where are we at here? 51 minutes, so I can get in a good little chunk of this row, maybe. Maybe get down and get some more of the H finished up. That might be a good stopping point. Finish up to the bottom of the H and on this row, and I think it's two more. This was one, maybe two. One or two more rows, and then the H will actually be all completed. I think the C starts coming into play here on my way back up. Won't get into that in the stream tonight, but I hope to get in at least another 2 rows tonight, which really wouldn't be a whole lot of hard work, to be honest with you. Depends. I'll get something to eat after the stream. Probably catch a little bit of Sean's stream, and then I got to deal with the nightly shot of the kitty cat. Get his food, and then get his insulin. That's always a chore sometimes. Dealing with all the other cats too, so. But then after that, I'm trying to think, I guess I do have to get the kitchen cleaned up again real quick, but it's not too bad because I kind of worked on it earlier. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get another 2 rows in easy tonight. Be good. I go to bed pretty happy if I get another 2 rows in tonight. Like I said, still not a bunch of time in that, but I just need one more. But yeah, we'll continue working this up a little bit, and then once we get up to our hour, we will give it a quick stretch out and end the stream with the best we can show it. Like I said, it's starting to get almost too wide to fit into here. And I think when I'm done, I'll be able to fit just the Chiefs portion of it in there, but we won't be able to go end zone to end, or sideline to sideline, I don't think. Even with this widescreen lens I've got on the camera right now. Because without that, we would be like more into this range. Kind of want to take it off in a way. I lose a little bit of quality, I've noticed, by using it, but it gives me definitely a much wider angle to show more for something that's wider. And that makes me have to zoom in more on my other knives because I don't want to keep removing it and putting it on, but taking it off, so I just zoom in with it for Mondays and Wednesdays. Yeah, the wind's just getting a little crazy out there. I keep hearing it flopping around. Oh, I forgot to do my count here, dummy. Really? Is it already? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Alright. Yeah, I guess the top of the C is already coming into play on this line. I thought I was going down further down here, but I'm back up to the having only 10 up here, so it's got to be the top point of the C. So I had to double check it and make sure. I was like, that's weird. I didn't think I was hitting it yet. Probably won't be noticeable. First line never really is. It's after you get that second line in and it starts showing more color. Probably won't be able to see it much when it's stretched out after we get to that point. So yeah, if you guys are ever watching this and you got other ideas you'd like to see something being made, it's not, you know, somebody's special out there, even basically, I wouldn't mind sitting here doing a basic 4-in-1 bracelet one night, you know, maybe a cuff styled 4-in-1, European 4-in-1. Just drop me a line, let's say, hey, let's see this, let's do that. Give me your thoughts and ideas. I'll take and try to run with them, try to do something a little different, you know. Alright, so then it was, yeah, okay. That's what it says, and that's what it looks like on the picture. So, my eyes and my brain are not deceiving me, but for some reason I still don't want to say that's where I'm at right here. I don't know why. I was thinking I had at least 1 or 2 more rows. I know there's not much of a gap between these letters. There's more gap in the H than there was in between any of these letters. And I think in some of the pictures I seen on the field, there was no gap at all between the letters. And I was like, you know, I almost wanted to do that, but I was like, well, I want to just have a little strip of a break in there, just, you know. So I took a little liberties with that whenever I designed up the graphic for this. And like I said, it's not proportional per se. Like if you looked at the depth of the end zone compared to the first 5-yard line, the end zone's like 15 yards deep, if not more. But I just did it more for aesthetic looks to make sure you could tell that it was an end zone. That's why I kind of went that route. Because I wanted the Chiefs to be big enough to be red. Because if I shrunk down the end zone proportionately, there's just not much detail in it. So that was kind of one reason why I went that way. Alright, 11 green. Let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why are you meowing at me already? It's not dinner time. You still got a while. What was it, 8:30? You got an hour minimum. If I can push you closer to 10, it'd be nice. Wish I'd get you going at 10:30. I think would be a better time, morning and night. 10:30 to 11, possibly. It's not too much, you know. I'm normally up past that every night, but there might be a few times that I could go earlier, so not too often. It just depends on the day. I've had some days where I'm ready to go to bed early, and then I'm so busy doing stuff, it kind of wakes you up, and then other nights it's like, man, I need to go to bed, but I just, you know, I know I'll just sit there and ponder. Okay, hopefully my head wasn't too far in there. Just realized I was leaning over really far now. Happens from time to time. And I'm just wearing my normal everyday house hat tonight. My ratty hat, my wife likes to call it. And I'd rather just have it for doing stuff around the house because I won't tear up my other hats. Eventually, I mean, I'll have to. You know, there's always the 3 stages of hatness. At least my hats. Yeah, I've got the new hats. I wear them on a rare occasion type things. You know, my new Chiefs hat. I normally, right now, I'm only wearing on Chiefs Sundays. Well, I've got a couple, but I have been wearing that actually during the stream. I was only wearing it on Sundays, but now I wear it on my Monday, Wednesday streams. Since football's over. And, you know, then I've got that one, and I've got 2 band hats if I'm going out to do events or something like that for those. Or I'll grab one or the other whenever I go out to go in and do any shopping or whatever. So you've got the first level hats, second level hats. That's something you still can wear out, but sometimes I'll still do some work around the house in it. Kind of depends if it's light work or whatnot. And then when I start getting a little more ratty, they become the mowing hat, the leafing hat, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so all the greens. Back to 11 white. Where are we at anyway? Let's go ahead. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we can still go over a little bit. I don't want to go too much past an hour 15. I want to give myself a quick break to get me something to munch on before I hit Sean's stream tonight. Hopefully I can get to it. I don't know. I do have some other things I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm at least going to drop in and say, hey, I might not stick around long tonight over there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll give this a few more minutes. Try to work down a little bit more here. So I guess there'll be 2 more lines. I'll finish up the bottom of the H and already have part of the C going up at the top. So that was off by about 2 lines, it seemed like. Maybe it's just because of the H spacing threw me off. It's been a while since I'd had the space between the letters, even though I know it was tiny, and I did that on purpose, like I said. Because I did try to use an original kind of picture of this, and I was trying to do converting to it and get it to where I was liking it, but I wasn't getting the detail enough in the Chiefs part and keeping the proportion and keeping it to a size I wanted to kind of limit it to in a way. Because the original one I actually did, I think, was about 170 wide by about 300 some odd tall. And the ring count on it was just insane. I was like, man, and then I'm like, I got these other parts I want to do to it. I can't have it that big, so I ended up going in and into the graphics program and created my own graphic in there that, you know, I'd picture the field there, and I was just kind of getting it around to the size I wanted, and found a Chiefs font, so I was able to use that instead of having to try to, you know, that helped. But then I think it ended up coming out pretty good that way. Alright, 9 red. Well, that'll just take me down to there, so I don't necessarily need to count, but move back over here and come down to me a little bit so I stop leaning over so far. Yeah, I just think that's because I've been working with the those paw prints that I just had. There was, like I said, there was a few rings there that had to get them up close to make sure things were working the way they needed to get them through the right holes the right way. Some were tighter than others, so I've been last 2 days, I guess, been a little kind of day and a half looking up real close on the stuff. Well, they're so tiny I can lift them up to right up to me. Because like I said, I was standing doing those, so I just lift them up to me and work on them that way. So we're about ready here. We're going to get down to the bottom of the H, put in the 2 white ones here to end the H for this line. And then I'll move the stuff and we'll try to give it another quick stretch out. Like I said, we're going to start running out of room. Not much different from since last week, I guess, but a little bit. It's nicer when there's a bigger change between the weeks. I will admit that. I'd much rather see that myself. Oh, that was one off. I threw one back, and it's the one I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that was right. What is going on there? It shouldn't be. Oh, did I screw up somewhere up here? There you go, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm messing with my white. So, we'll have to do the old switcheroo here. So I have the right amount of red. Somehow I got one. How did I get one of the frost off? It doesn't seem quite right, but obviously it is right because I did it wrong. So, but an easy enough fix. That's why, I'm always double trying to figure out, make sure everything's right. You just never know where you have the weird little mess ups like that sometimes. I think you count it out enough, but like I was talking about when I pull out the right amount of rings, sometimes it doesn't seem right, so you double check it. And I didn't double check it. Yeah, I didn't need that red one. After that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. And this is 2 whites. Boy, who's that ending the bottom of this line H here? Uh-oh. Well, maybe it's just my laptop. Like I said, I need to do something with this laptop figured out. I still haven't figured out Windows 10 all that great, so I don't know how to tune this thing up, and it's not that all powerful of a laptop anyway. So it just could be its own issue. So over there on the other screen, everything looks good. Alrighty, so like I said, we just now started the very beginning of the C. This is what we're going to try to roll out and look at. So we just started this first part of the C here, so a few more rows to finish off the bottom of the H fully. Oh, this is always a little bit of a project in a way. Let me mark off to the right spot. Yeah. So we're on row 144, so it's 10,450-ish rings. Let me see here. Where am I fitting in the screen? Alright. Like I said, gravity would do such a better job. We got, well, yeah. I think once that full C though comes into here, this will all have to shift over, so that'll come over to here, so I'll barely be able to fit the full Chiefs in there. But that's basically where we're at now. Like I said, just getting ready to finish up the H, starting on the C. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. Taking longer than I would like. Other than that, I like the look of it. Like I said, I think the original graphic doesn't have these lines going through. They were just solid filled in. That might be harder to do on the field. To do the paint job like that. I want it to be a little more defined, per se. Let me real quick, can I do an @ tonight? That'll be the question. What is Facebook's mood? Will it like the ats? It let me do it. Yay! Oh, come on, mousey. Work for me. There we go. Mailworks. There's a link to Mailworks. He normally streams at 9 p.m. my time, Central Time. Quite a few often nights, more nights than I do. So go over there, check it out. I do want to thank everybody that is watching this live, or if you stopped in at some point, watching this later from one of our videos from Facebook or YouTube. Thank you for stopping in, doing that. I want to thank everybody who's made purchases from us. It's great to always get those. If you got any ideas for laser etch stuff, anything you see on my Facebook pages and website, just drop me a line. Let me know what you're looking for. I'm more than willing to help you out if you're just a chainmailer looking for ideas or thoughts. I help out several other chainmailers and willing to do what I can do to help out. So just drop me a line. Let me know what's up. We will be back again, like I said, on Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock Sunday. We're going to do a stream at some point at 2 o'clock and do a few giveaways. I don't know how long we'll do the stream. Don't know what exactly we're going to give away. We need to get it at least 4 or 5 people there would be nice. So that's what we're looking for. If not, it is my 1 year anniversary of doing the live streams. So I do thank you all for joining us in this past year of chainmail making. So I thank you all. But y'all have a great night, and we will see you on Sunday afternoon. Peace.